Have you ever looked at a betting line, come back 5 minutes later, and then the number's completely different? Maybe a player prop is supposed to be 10.5 over under at minus 115. And then you see the over go to negative 140. That movement isn't random. Sometimes what you're seeing is what us pro sports bettors call steam. And if you understand where that movement is coming from, and more importantly, you're able to take advantage of the movement and find the old number on another book, you can get a significantly better bet than the rest of the market. Today, I'm going to explain to you what steam chasing is, why sports bettors care about it, and give you a real life example of a line moving 2 full runs in about 5 minutes. First, what exactly is steam? Steam is rapid line movement across the betting market, usually caused by respected money, new information, or sometimes it could just be a sports book reacting to the movement on another sports book, a sharper market. But there's an important distinction. A line moving doesn't automatically mean that that's steam. Sportsbooks move their lines for all kinds of reasons. What I'm more interested in is why they're moving and where they're moving. Is it a more efficient market, like maybe sides or totals, certain player props? Or is it something obscure, like first half over-unders on player rebounds? For example, let's say you're watching a basketball game, and it's the Lakers versus the Mavericks, right? Two pretty decent teams, high scores, and you're looking at something like over under total at 220 and a half points on a sharper sports book like Novig or ProfitX. And then you check something a little bit softer like BetMGM or Hard Rock, and they're throwing up over under 219, 218. You're seeing 2 full points in a different direction. So if you're seeing 218 and the other book is offering 220, they're telling you on the sharper book that they're more than likely going to go 220. So 218 is wrong. So probably 218 and a half over is more likely to work. I'll just give you my real life example. Me and my buddy Daryl, we're sitting at lunch break at work, and I decided to do a little line shopping. He pulls up his book. He's already betting on DraftKings. So I said, all right, just pull up some baseball real quick. We'll take a look, see what I can find for you, right? So he pulls up baseball almost immediately. We're looking at the exact same lines. I'm looking on Novig. He's looking on DraftKings. And Novig is throwing up for total runs 9.5 on, I can't remember which game it was. I want to say it was like the Cleveland White Sox and White Sox game. So it was like, I can't remember who, I think it's the Brewers. I can't remember. That's Milwaukee. Fuck. I can't think of the two teams right now. But it was definitely, I remember the White Sox was one of them. So the game total runs is showing 9.5 on Novig. But on DraftKings, they're showing 7.5. So I tell him, hey, you should probably bet the over on 7.5. He's like, why? And I explained to him, well, these guys over here are already throwing 9.5, and each team has one run. So it's 1-1. But DraftKings is still showing 1-0 and 7.5. So if you hit the over now, even if you lose, you have a better number than what the market thinks it is. So he puts it on a slip, and because I have a conscience, I didn't want to tell him, hey, look, bet $20, bet $50, bet $100, max bet it, whatever, because there's still the chance that it could lose. Just because it's a sharp bet doesn't mean it's going to win 100% of the time. And as we're sitting here discussing this, the number changes to 9.5, and the number he has on his slip is no longer accepted. And it was the perfect example of me, something that I was showing him. I was like, look, when you find something like this, we have to be quick. I'm sorry I couldn't tell you a number, but like it could still lose. Now, unfortunately for both of us, right? He would have won the bet. I think they made it to like 8 runs, maybe 9 runs. So 7.5 over was definitely the better bet. Oh, another important thing is when you're doing this, don't just blindly bet the movement. You have to understand where the movement is coming from. That's why I always push for people to learn how to line shop using very sharp markets. If you can access Circa, if you're closer to Las Vegas, probably one of the sharpest markets in the US. If you can access Pinnacle and know how to change European odds to American odds, you're in great shape. Novig is a great source. ProfitX is a huge source. But the sports books are starting to get hip to this. So you have to be fast when you're doing it. But anyways, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. If you have any more questions on anything that I could give you based on, you know, sports betting information, more tips, more tricks to make you guys more money. I'm in the top 5% of sports bettors in the world. I think I know what I'm talking about. I'm out. See you next time.